For what feels like forever, our connection to the world has depended on this tiny, removable piece of plastic. But that whole era, it's pretty much over. Today, we're going to break down the eSIM, the invisible SIM card that is totally changing how all of our devices get online.
Oh, yeah, you know the one I'm talking about. That little card you had to poke out with a special tool, or, let's be honest, a bent paper clip when you couldn't find the tool. The one you'd always drop on the carpet and spend the next 10 minutes crawling around looking for. Well, those days are numbered.
Yep, that's the big secret. The SIM card isn't actually going away, it's just going inside. It's becoming a built-in, permanent part of our phones. So how in the world does an invisible SIM even work? And why is this tiny change such a massive deal? Let's get into it. Okay, so before we jump into the new stuff, let's do a super quick refresher on what a regular SIM card even does. The easiest way to think about it is like a passport for your phone. It has a unique ID number that basically tells a cell network, hey, it's me, this is my account, and I'm allowed to be here. And it's really that simple. Without that little chip doing its job, your phone can't talk to the network. No calls, no texts, no scrolling through social media. It's the one tiny piece that connects your phone plan to your actual phone. Okay, so now imagine taking all that exact same functionality, but instead of putting it on a little plastic card, you shrink it down and solder it directly onto the phone's main circuit board. That, right there, is an eSIM. The E just stands for embedded. It's part of the phone now. And this chart right here, it lays out the difference perfectly. The physical SIM is that plastic card we all know. It holds one phone plan, and if you want to change carriers, you have to physically swap it out. But the eSIM, it's a permanent chip that can hold multiple plans at once, and you can switch between them or add a new one completely digitally. No paperclip required. So you're probably wondering, okay, that sounds cool, but how does it actually work? Well, it's almost ridiculously simple. Instead of your carrier mailing you a little card, they just email you a QR code. You open your camera, you scan it, and boom, your phone downloads what's called a SIM profile. Just like that, you're connected. All right, so we've got the what and the how down. Now for the fun part. Why should you even care? Well, it turns out this little embedded chip unlocks some truly game-changing features that make our lives a whole lot easier. Okay, this first one is an absolute game changer, especially if you travel. Say goodbye to insane roaming fees. Instead of landing in a new country and hunting for a little kiosk to buy a local SIM card, you can just go online, buy a local data plan, and download it right to your phone in minutes. You can literally do it while the plane is still taxiing to the gate. And killer feature number 2, dual SIM freedom, without all the hassle. A phone with an eSIM can easily have 2 active numbers at the same time. This is awesome if you want to have a work number and a personal number on one device. Or you can keep your home number active for calls and texts while using a cheaper local eSIM for data when you travel. It's the best of both worlds. But here's the thing. This isn't just about our phones, not by a long shot. The eSIM is basically laying the groundwork for our entire connected future, where pretty much everything can have its own line to the internet. See, because these eSIMs are so incredibly tiny, you can cram them into almost anything. We're already seeing this with smartwatches that can make calls without being tethered to your phone. But think bigger. Connected cars that can automatically call for help in an accident, tablets with their own data plan, even smart home gadgets. The possibilities are huge. And what's really cool is that this is a win-win situation. For the companies making our gadgets, getting rid of that physical SIM tray frees up precious space inside, space they can use for a bigger battery or other components. It also means one less hole in the device, which helps with water resistance. And for you, it's just less hassle, more flexibility, and a way smoother experience. Okay, let's be real for a second. Is the system absolutely perfect right now? No, not quite. Not every single carrier is fully on board yet, and sometimes switching your eSIM to a new phone isn't as simple as just popping a card out. You might have to make a phone call. But honestly, these are just growing pains. The convenience and the future potential here they're just an undeniable leap forward. Look, the writing's on the wall. The physical SIM card is on its way out. This invisible upgrade is making our devices smarter, stronger, and more connected than they've ever been. The future's digital, and for this, it's already here. So the real question is, are you ready to finally ditch that tiny piece of plastic? Let me know what you think down in the comments.